Thank you so much for joining me here on the Julie Tussey Show. Have I got a fantastic podcast for you? Talk about enhancing your life right here on the Julie Tussey Show. We're going to be talking about 10 things to do to be your best self. Get ready, darling. You are going to rock it. And while you're here, please subscribe and leave a great review for us. Get on the Julie Tussey train. We're going somewhere, baby.
Pop the glam pain. It's time for the Julie Tussey Show live guest current event scathing exposés. The original suburban bombshell, the big blonde baby, giving you the fastest, funniest, most informative 30 minutes of your life. And now, here's Julie Tussey.
Thank you so much for joining me here on the Julie Tussey Show podcast. That's right. We are so excited to be here. What a great and fantastic time we've been having in the studio. As you know, the Tussey Music Entertainment and Television Studios are in a secret, undisclosed location. So if you ever want to come and visit me, we will have to pick you up in the stretch limo. We will have to blindfold you, turn you around 12 times, put you in the limo, and bring you in secretly. Now, if that sounds like a lot of fun to you, reach out to me and let me know. We'll come and get you. Got a great subject to talk to you about today. First of all, I want to ask you how you're doing. You can actually reach out to me at thejulietusseyshow@gmail. Let me know how you're doing. Another thing that you can do is you can go to thejulietusseyshow.com and you can write to me there. You can join the mailing list. I haven't even sent out a mailing list yet, and I've been accumulating emails for about a year, but you just never know when we're going to do something crazy, fun, and exciting that you're going to want to be part of, and I want to be able to reach out to you. You can also see all of the podcasts. You can listen to them on youtube.com/C/TMETV. So today I was in the show with Gary doing it from 6 to 9 every morning. I do not get up. I do not get up with him, but I actually woke up today at 3:30 when he got up, and I was awake till 5:30-ish. And I fell back to sleep. So I pop in between 7 and 8, somewhere in there, if I'm going to join in on the morning show. And he was talking about a subject, and I said, baby, I would like to share that on the podcast because I really like what you're saying there. Where did you find that? Because, you know, we do internet searches to find support for subjects that we want to talk about. And he said, well, actually, it's my own. And I said, what? Okay, so now he has this big, elaborate name because he likes to liken your outside and how you look when you go out the door to a house. So you have to have human curb appeal. Well, I'm retitling it for the purpose of the podcast because, number one, I don't have his title. But number two, I think it'll be a little bit easier for me if I call it 10 Things to Do to Be Your Best Self. 10 Things to Do to Be Your Best Self. This was created by none other than real Gary Tussey. How many times have you walked out the door and not felt good about yourself? Have you ever done that? I remember when we were in school as kids, sometimes you'd sleep. The bus would be there at 6:30 and you would get up at 6:20. And so you'd go to school and maybe your hair is a wreck, your clothes are wrinkled, whatever happened to getting out the door as a kid. And the older you got, through middle school, into middle school, and then maybe high school, when that would happen, you would just feel so bad about yourself every day. Every day, all day long that happened, you felt bad. Well, this is a really good list because one thing I have found is it's very, very important to take the time to get yourself ready before you hit your day. Number one, you're going to feel more confident in certain situations. Number two, you're going to feel better about yourself. Number three, you're probably going to smell better. But I highly recommend Okay, we're going to keep you in the know on the Julie Tussey Show, and this is a major, major thing. When you go and learn about interior design, you will find that you need to put light and mirror at your front door. So we have a gigantuous mirror at our front door, and I found this mirror years ago, probably like 18 years ago, and it was damaged, which is like cool now, right? It had a little damage to it, so it was distressed, and it is gigantic. I got it for like $100, and I love this thing, and it's so big that sometimes we have to angle it off of a wall. You know, we're builders, so we move a little bit. So it's just beautiful, but I always like to have a mirror at the front door so that I see what other people are going to see when I walk out that door. And that really helps me to set my course for the day. So I highly recommend, if you don't have a mirror, go get one and have a mirror at your front door, and have some light there too, if you have room. So Gary's list is about something like that. So 10 things to do to be your best self. Number 1 is be grateful. Oh my gosh, we could do entire podcasts on this subject alone. Be grateful. We want to be grateful every day. I know, okay, I'm real, you guys. I'm real, just like you. Sometimes when you watch people on Instagram and Facebook and things like that, all you're really seeing is the highlight reels. Do you think I'm going to post my ugly pictures? Do you think I'm going to post when I don't feel good and my nose is all red? I actually had to do some cooking shows looking like that. It was tough. But it's the highlight reels. And because we see that so much, it's so easy to think that other people have a great and easy life. But no, everybody struggles. You never know what someone's going through in their life. So one of the things that I have done in my life, and that I highly, highly recommend that you do, is learn to find just something to be grateful about. I mean, it's been so bad at times that I remember, oh gosh, it was just a month ago maybe, we're laying in bed, Gary and I, and it was tough. It just felt like the whole world was going to cave in everything you tried just wasn't going to work. And I remember saying to him, well, I am grateful that neither one of us has cancer. I mean, that's how bad it was. Like, I had to reach deep down in to find something to be grateful for. But you can, even in the midst of a storm, in the midst of a tornado, in the midst of a hurricane or a tsunami, you can find something in your life to be grateful for. And it's really, really important that you do that. And here's why. It causes a paradigm shift in your thinking and in your mind and in your heart. Okay? Find just something, because God, the Lord creator of all the heavens and the earth, he likes it when you are grateful, and it makes you feel so good. And if you're focusing on the negative all the time, life can seem so overwhelming. So, number 1, be grateful. Find something to be grateful for. Your friends, your family, the fact that you're not ill, you know what I mean? Life could be worse, and it is worse for some people than others. You know, my saying is there's always someone who's worse off than you. So find something to be grateful for. Number 2 was enjoy the outdoors more and different locations. I like this one. You know, I did tell a little bit about this on the morning show this morning, but I ended up with no car. It was during around the 2008-ish, you know, the downfall of our economy. Gary and I were making really good money in building. We decided to go to Michigan to help my family. We were still doing really, really well there. We were bringing in about, $25,000 a month through our company, which of course, you know, you got to pay your subs, but we were making a decent living. If we needed something, we could go buy it, and things were going good. And all of a sudden the bottom fell out of the market, and it hit construction first, and we became displaced workers. Well, lo and behold, we end up going to Ohio to work, and we're in a home, but our car broke down. And Gary, of course, had a truck for work, and he had to take his truck to work every day. So I was home, and I was raising 2, I think they were in the first or second grade, twins. that I was homeschooling. And it was winter, and I began to get depressed. Now, I have not dealt with depression, and I realize it's a very real thing that people deal with. And I'm thankful that I haven't. And if you are, please get the care that you need and take care of yourself. But I began to feel really, really depressed and down. Now, I wasn't like where I needed medicine, but I'm telling you, I am the girl full of power for the hour. I'm always the happiest person in the room. And it was just so not like me, but I was stuck home day after day after day in a place where I didn't know a lot of people. And I'm in a beautiful home, but we barely have any money. We're working in exchange for our rent. So we're believing God for food. It was a tough time. First, I drink the coffee. Then I do this stuff. I'm just wild like that. I want this one to be like, in a world of haters, be a lover. I'm here to show you how to do that. Visit thejulietusseyshow.com. Lots of fabulous shopping, beautiful things that you might want to get as a gift or for yourself. You can also reach out to me and communicate with me there. thejulietusseyshow.com. And now back to the Julie Tussey Show right here on iHeartRadio and iTunes. So things are really bad, and people actually brought food to our door, and so it was getting bad. For me, I don't know about you, but I'm a shop therapy girl. I don't even have to buy it, but I have to get out of the house. I have to go see what's current and what's going on, and I have to know what is going on out there and get distracted. I'm telling you, I need to be distracted from what's going on in my own home sometimes, because it was pretty down. Now, for those of you watching by video, I am simulcasting. For those of you listening on the podcast today on iHeartRadio and iTunes, Spreaker, everywhere you're going, baby, we're doing a simulcast. So I want to shout out to the Facebook posse. We have quite a large posse that follow us, and I want to say hi, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Please do share this with your Start Watch Party. Share it to your page and post it so people know about the Julie Tussey Show right here, doing great things to enhance lives. So back to my story. I was so down that I realized point number 2 in Gary's list that I'm calling 10 things to be your best self, 10 things to do to be your best self. Enjoy the outdoors more. So with the kids, I decided I could not stay in that house anymore. So I went and got a rototiller from a friend, and I begged my husband, please rototill this big area in our backyard. And so he did. And we went to the store and we got seeds and we planted a garden. That's right. It was amazing. I ended up planting flowers with the kids all around the house. I ended up, we planted corn, we planted potatoes, we planted carrots, we planted anything just about that would grow. And then we planted some amazing tomatoes and green peppers. And do you know how special that became for us? I got to teach my kids. I grew up in Coleman, Michigan, and we had a huge garden every year. We would take the salt shaker out to our garden and eat tomatoes for lunch, me and my brothers. And it was amazing. And so I created this bond with my children. They got to work with their hands in the dirt. But we were outside for our homeschool as much as we could be starting in spring. So we went through this depressing winter. We made it through somehow, but that changed my life. That, and of course, if you don't do this, I began to say positive things in my life. And I realized that through all this depression, I was being quiet. So you can go back to, there's 4 episodes back around 138, 39, 40, and 41. So 138. 139 in there, and it's called Girl Wash Your Mouth Out. And this is how I get to be my best self, is when things start getting hard, I begin to say not what I'm seeing, not what I'm living, not what I'm hearing, and I do not say those things. I will not complain as much as possible, and believe you me, that takes some work sometimes. But I begin to say, you know, it's going to get better every day. And I begin to say positive things. So go back and check that out and let me know. Number 3 on our 10 things to do to be your best self. Move your body. Oh, I love this one, you guys. Yeah, the same time we decided to go for daily walks. When you exercise, you don't even have to have a gym membership. You don't have to do anything super, super hard. When you exercise your body, endorphins are released in your brain, and they are like, I guess, like a Prozac, honey, like a natural high, and they make you feel so good. But there's another thing to it also. You all know that I am 30 and some more, okay? And you know that I'm a grandmother to 8 grandchildren. Need I say more? Thank you for silky pillowcases and good skincare. And thank you, Jesus. Yes. But if you knew my real age, you might be surprised. One of the things I've done is try to take care of myself. And as you get older, you'll realize that your body feels different. You begin to not feel as strong as you were. And I think this could happen when you're young if you're like have a desk job and you're sitting a lot and you're not active. So one of the great things about moving your body is you begin to feel stronger. You begin to feel amazing. You begin to lift up that big case of water yourself and your back doesn't go out. So if you can go to the gym, do some strength training and do some aerobic exercise. That's what I recommend. That's what I like. I have lost 30 pounds. Woo woo! It took me a long time to find the combination to do that, but part of that was moving my body. But if you're if you have pain or discomfort, definitely check with your doctor first. But move your body. You will feel better. I used to have an anxiety issue, and it started from mixing 2 medicines I wasn't supposed to, and my body learned how to do that fight or flight response. And I ended up learning that if I would exercise today on Tuesday, tomorrow I would not have anxiety. And then if I did not exercise on Wednesday, Thursday, I might be dealing with anxiety. So there's so much to be said for endorphins and moving your body and feeling good. Just feel strong and powerful. You deserve it. Man, this might be a 2-part series because this is amazing content. Thank you, Gary Tussey, for your list. Number 4 is get your good sleep. Oh, my goodness. Do you know so many people are so different? I think everyone is different in their sleep. Now, if you want to have an ornery Julie, all you got to do is not let me get sleep. And I have to really, really work at disciplining myself not to be crabby and ornery. But number 2, I just do not feel good. I don't have my energy and my verve. So you need to learn, if you don't know already how many hours of sleep you need a night. Gary needs 4 to 5. I need 7 to 8. If I have less than 7, I can function, but it's not at prime. It's not optimal. It's not my best. So find out how many hours of sleep you need and then set a routine for night. Turn off the TV, turn off things, let things calm down, and set a bedtime for yourself. Now, there's something to do with the distance of the earth from the sun, blah, blah, blah. You could Google this, but there is your deepest sleep happens, they say, between 10 p.m. and 2 p.m. So if you could get to sleep by 10 o'clock, you are going to thank yourself. We'll be right back. Here to show you the impossible is possible if you only believe. After a week of hearing hundreds of I can'ts, I'm here today to tell you, you can. And now back to the Julie Tussey Show right here on iHeartRadio and iTunes. So number 5 of our 10 things to do to be your best self, written by Gary Tussey, is meditate, pray, and focus. Now, I'm really, really big on this. I love that no matter what storm is going on around me, I can actually stop in my tracks, pray, and ask Jesus to help me. And then I can begin to think, meditate, ponder a scripture. Now, whatever it is that you focus on, bring yourself to this quiet time and find out what it is that you need to do for you to go forward in the situations in life. But find out, another thing that I'll just insert here is It's never too late to dream. And if you'll just take time to search your heart, pray, meditate, and find out what it is you want to do with your life, you'll see that you'll be so much more of your best self because you'll actually be following the dreams in your heart. Okay. That is super, super important. I have some podcasts that I've done on this subject. It's never too late to dream. You're never too old. Don't quit. There's so many, but find out what's in your heart. Find out what you want in your life and make that happen. And you will be so much happier. You will be more of your best self with that. Number 6 is treat yourself. Okay, here's a big one. How many of us, especially moms, I think dads do this too, but as moms, we give of ourselves. As wives, we give of ourselves, and we want to take care of our family. We want to take care of our husbands, and we want to take care of our spouses as human beings. It's just a natural tendency. And so many times the word no just becomes taboo. Mom, will you do this? You don't want to say no because you feel bad. Well, number 1, you're going to have to learn to say no. And number 2, you're going to have to take time for yourself and treat yourself. And I'm not even talking about food. A lot of people think treat is, okay, I'm going to go buy myself an ice cream, or I'm going to have a Twinkie, or whatever, it might be, and reward yourself. But find ways to reward yourself. Go out and get a mani-pedi. Go out and take a class that you want. Learn how to box, or learn how to do Zumba, or learn how to paint, or do something. Do something just for you and take time for yourself. And remember, you are not obligated to do everything for everybody. And the better that you take care of you, the better you'll be when you do help those that you love. Number 7 is smile anyway. When it's hard, smile. They say if you're depressed, put yourself down in front of a mirror and smile at yourself for a few minutes every day, and it will help with that. Isn't that amazing? I love that. Number 8 was, oh yeah, this is what Gary says. Your body is a temple, not a amusement park or a wonderland. And I told Tim this morning on the morning show, well, I want my body to be a wonderland at night when I'm with you. But other than that, and I'm sure he appreciates that. But what we're talking about here is your body's not an amusement park. You have to take care of it. And the younger you are hearing this, listen, and do this. Begin now to take care of your body, but also realize it's never, ever too late to begin to take care of your body if you've neglected it. Feed your body healthy foods first, and then your treats and sweets and junk, okay? Make healthy choices first. Give your body exercise. Give your body rest. You only get one, and if it's not healthy, you will regret it later in life. So to be your best self, take care of you. Take care of you. Number 9. Ooh, this is a really good one. Associate closely with people that are awesome, people of integrity, and people who are achievers. Okay. Whew. This is a whole podcast in itself. Find people that are doing what you want to do in your life, people that influence you in a positive way, people that make you want to be a better person, and build relationships with them if you can. If you can't, you can find it from podcasts like The Julie Tussey Show. You can find it on YouTube and videos. There's so much information out there, but you don't want to always, okay, this is how Gary says it. You don't always want to run with turkeys. You want to be with the eagles. Yes, there are people in your life that you are going to quote unquote minister to, or always be imparting into, or always be encouraging. And that's very, very common. That's going to be commonplace, especially if you're a mom or a dad. You're going to be training children. You're going to always be giving of yourself to others, but you need to find someone that inspires you to build yourself up, and that they challenge you to go to the next level. They challenge you to be the best version of yourself that you can be. So go and find that encouragement. Associate closely with the awesome people of integrity, achievement, and he said risk takers. We have a saying in our house, and it goes like this: I believe I'll risk it and eat a biscuit. That's something that Gary brought into our relationship early on. And I have always appreciated that, because if you never take any risk, you're never going to have the greatness, I believe. And I kind of liken it onto like a love story. I always say, if you want great love, you have to take a great risk, because if you lose it, it's a great loss. But if you never try, if you never take that great risk, you will not have that great love. Well, life is the same way. Sometimes you're going to have to take risks. Now, I'm not talking about just jumping out of the job you have and going and flying by the seat of your pants. Not that kind of risk. Be calculated with those kinds of things. Lay out the plan and then work your plan and make a transition. But I'm talking about take some risks in life. If you want to, all right, for example, a very close friend of mine has had MS for 31 years. An amazing woman. I mean, I am inspired by her. She wanted to snorkel. She wanted to dive. She wanted to parachute. And you know what? She did all of those things. And she has trouble walking. And she found a way. She found a way to go and do these amazing things. She took a risk. And they would even say to her, are you sure you want to do this? You know, there's a risk involved. And she's like, yes, I do want to do it. So take a risk, baby. Take a risk and be everything that you can be. Do everything you can do. Number 10 is get away and take a trip. This is my favorite. As you know, if you can see this because you're watching the video, you can see behind me ocean water lapping on a beach with palm trees. Oh, it's just beautiful and glorious. That is my place. That is my place where I'm relaxed, where I feel like my troubles are so small and my life is so small compared to what God has created. That's where I find my comfort. I love to take a trip to the ocean. Now, you may have a special place. It can go as far as just getting a hotel room by yourself or with your loved one and get away, but make time for yourself. Well, thank you so much for listening to the Julie Tussey Show today. I'm so glad to have had you here with me. My life's journey, my life's call, my life's, I always say I'm on a mission from God, is to enhance your life and help you have a better life. This is Julie Tussey telling you, you only get one life. Live it to the fullest. To get your copy of the music you hear in today's program, go to cdbaby.com/CD/Julie Tussey 4. Here to show you the impossible is possible if you only believe. After a week of hearing hundreds of I can'ts, I'm here today to tell you you can. Find us on social media at facebook.com/The Julie Tussey Show and Instagram, The Julie Tussey Show, home of the original suburban bombshell.
Hi, this is Marilyn. I'd love for you to go and subscribe to the Julie Tussey Show Fabulous Cooking on youtube.com/C/TMETV.
If life is my oyster, darling, pass the hot sauce.